Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Trey back again here bringing another video. So this one's going to be an MMA update, news type stuff. So, George St-Pierre is injured. He will be out of the fight of Nick Diaz again. So, I know he was injured last time, and now he's injured again. So, this time he's blown out his ACL apparently, or torn his ACL. So he's going to be sidelined for at least 10 months. So he's going to be out pretty much most of 2012. We might see GSP back in action against the winner of this matchup in December 2012 or, November 2012, October. Sometime, in the fall before Christmas probably we'll see GSP back at it. But actually being out for 10 months, now, does that necessarily mean that he'll be able to train for 10 months? If he can't train for 10 months, that means that, he'll just be able to start up his training. So he'll probably need quite a bit of time to get back in shape after a whole year layoff, pretty much. So we might not see him back for a whole year from now, pretty much. Next December in 2012, I would assume. So what the UFC has decided to do is do an interim title. And they're going to have Nick Diaz face off against Carlos Condit. So that's an interesting fight, an interesting match. I'm going to do a video prediction for that. And, it kind of sucks that the GSP's injured because I really want to see him and Nick Diaz fight. I've been waiting for that fight for a long, long time. And because I really think Nick Diaz poses some interesting challenges for GSP. Obviously, he can't fight with a torn ACL. It's not even, there's no question about it. But, even with small injuries going in against Nick Diaz, you really want to be the best you can be when you're going to face a guy like Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz, being a cardio king, he just puts that pace on guys that the guys just can't keep up. They just can't keep up with him. So you really got to be 100% if you're going to face a guy like Nick Diaz. If you have any little knickknacks, especially in your legs, and he's moving back and forth and throwing a million punches at you, you got to be 100%, or at least the best you can possibly be for that type of fight. So that being said, GSP's out for an entire year. In that time, we're going to at least see, Nick Diaz and Carlos Condit face off. The winner of that will be the interim champion, and we'll probably have maybe 1 or 2 more fights before GSP comes back. So who knows when GSP comes back if Nick Diaz is still going to be the guy that's on top ready to face him. I mean, who knows? It could be, if Condit wins, if maybe somebody else, Josh Koscheck beats Diaz, or somebody out wrestles him for 5 rounds, or who knows what's going to happen when GSP comes back, if he will face Diaz or if it'll be somebody else. So I hope that Diaz stays on top until that time we get to see Diaz versus GSP. It's going to be tough because it's going to be a few fights. It's going to be 2 or 3 fights against, the UFC has a lot of really good wrestlers in the welterweight division. So, well, we'll see. I think it's good, though, because if you think about Nick Diaz, if he beats Condit, then he'll probably face Koscheck after that, maybe Fitch. So, he'll definitely get a lot of training in against the wrestlers. So he'll be perfectly prepped if he's able to beat all them when GSP comes back, and he'll be really ready. So that'll be a tough fight for GSP coming back after a year layoff if he has to face Diaz, definitely. So we may see, guys, this could be the downfall, or the beginning of the downfall of GSP's career. It really could be. And I know that some of you guys are saying, no, he'll be on top. Well, guys aren't on top forever. Fedor wasn't on top forever. In the last couple of years, right up to the time he started losing 3 in a row, he was starting to face guys that were, less skilled, getting some easy fights in there, and then before he knew it, he was losing, and he lost 3 straight. This is how guys' careers go. Matt Hughes was the same way. He was on top for such a long time. He lost 1 here, lost 1 there, came back. But then eventually GSP came up, and he just couldn't beat him. The same thing's going to happen to GSP. Hopefully he comes back and he's able to rebound from this. But it's going to be tough for him. Really tough. Anything like that, a year being sidelined, a year off in MMA is just a crazy amount of time. So, good luck to GSP and everything he's going to come back from. And hopefully we'll see him on top again. But, is he going to do it? It's going to be tough. I guess we'll see you guys. All right, that's it for this one. I'll see you for the next one. Nick Diaz versus Carlos Condit. See you guys. Peace.